So I think there's an element of you're worried about setting your heart too much on something, because once you do that, you'd only have to leave. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a reading for Virgo Sun with a Scorpio moon or rising. If you don't know your moon or rising signs, then simply there's a link down below. Go to Cafe Astrology, have a look. You can get to download your own birth chart while you're there. Now, this reading either is for you or it isn't. It is a general reading, but it has a past and a present in the spread. So if the past and the present don't fit, don't try to make them fit. Simply come back next month and check what else is around. Look at your other signs. Obviously, I'm scoring 2 of them in this video. Look at your Virgo and the other one, your basic zodiac signs, what have you. Now, one thing I'd like you to do is to come to this reading with a question. This I ask all of my clients. So pause the video for a moment if you have to. Just be aware of all of the questions that are around you at the moment. Pick one of them. Focus on it, because energy in, energy out. You'll get more from the reading, assuming it's for you. But be aware of all the others, because the cards will answer what they please and not necessarily what you or I think is important. So I've pre-shuffled. Let me bring the cards up for the moment. So you'll notice I've turned them all over already, but I haven't really looked at them, apart from these main ones here. You'll see my shuffle video when it's convenient in a moment. But I asked for one card for the energy of your reading. I got 2. So Ace of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. There's a brand new direction that you are already aware of and working towards and working hard towards. I'm actually feeling really quite positive about this, that there is a focus that you have, and you are working and working and working towards this. Then I do 3 cards as a quick summary, guidance, I don't know. So you've already come into your power, and your wisdom has alerted you to something that you are needing to make plans for. So I believe that is what you are working towards, because here we have the Magician, the Star, the 2 of Wands. So you come into your power. You've seen your wisdom has alerted you to something that you need to be aware of, and the next direction to go, what you need to release and what you need to concentrate on, and where you need to irrigate, where you need to put that work in. Again, referring to that 8 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands, there are plans that you have yet to make that you need to get on with. Because when I did the Oracle cards, a couple of them flipped over. 4 of them flipped over. Where are you being called to journey to? So this whole new, how you've seen where you're going, but you need to make the plans to get there. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So you need to channel your path to get there. And also just say yes, which is an interesting one. Which one's that one? Work Your Light Oracle. Just say yes. So this whole new idea is something that you must go for. Is it possible that you are working hard towards an idea that's not quite the one that the Star has illuminated you to? Because the other card that came out, I think these are the Moonology cards, are nothing will come of this situation. So be aware that you are not just keeping yourself busy. There is a direction that has already been revealed to you that you need to be heading along. And maybe that's why, if you're looking elsewhere, that's why you're being called upon to plan. So let me bring everything together. And in a moment, you should see my shuffle video appear here. Let's have a look. So to guide you through the spread, if you've not seen any of my other videos, a relevant past. Distant, close, whatever. It's relevant. It's where you learnt the lessons that are helping shape your actions at the moment, for good or for ill. The present, little bit before, little bit after. A future, to grab or to avoid. You know, what's the point of prophecy unless it has a use? These four are like the movements of the planets. They are trend situations, forces, lessons that you are going to pass through. And then from the Celtic cross, how you feel, how other people are affecting you, and how you are affecting them, and your hopes and your fears, and a final outcome card. And the final outcome card, I'll let you right now, is the Chariot movement. So if you are focusing on an idea, but your intuition has already said, you don't really want to do that, you want to do this, listen to your intuition and get on with it. I think, let's see if there's another situation that is around you that nothing will come of this situation can apply to. So let's have a look. Four of Wands, Two of Cups. You're in a nice place at the moment, but why are you torturing yourself? You have a wonderful foundation around you, commitment. You know, Four of Wands, people often say, is a marriage card or a soulmate card. I think sticking that immediately with the Two of Cups is showing, yeah, there's a committed person around you. There's definitely a form of soulmate, but this is in its fledgling stages. There's still healing to be done. There's still growth to be done. And for some reason, somebody, whether this is you or the person around you, is wrapping themselves up with anxiety, even though you are making the effort to be as connected to everything around you as you can. There's certain things that you've got stuck in your head that you're not shifting, which is causing you to feel a little bit, I don't want to say impoverished, but that you want to protect what is yours. Things are going to move quite fast. That when I mentioned the star, that wisdom's coming in. That wisdom is going to come in fast. If you haven't already gone, maybe I should look at it this way, then that's happening pretty much soon. Yeah, and there's the star card repeated again with justice and judgment. So a decision is called for a result of a previous, some form of previous action has come back to you. I think that's what that Eight of Wands is referring to. And you are being called to know whether you need to cut something out or not. But I want to make sure that you are, while you're busy trying to feel connected to everything, open your eyes. Simple as that. Open your eyes. Make sure that you know what is good around you and what isn't, because that flash of inspiration that you've had is bringing you a lot of happiness. So if your question was a relationship question, is there a little bit of insecurity in the relationship at the minute? No, don't worry, that will soon sort. So let's have a look at the relevant past. There was a time in the past where you had a whole new beginning, but it didn't necessarily go exactly as you were planned, although you were full of love and energy for this new situation, this new beginning that you had, but it left you impoverished. And even though that you rushed into it, your ability to exercise your own power within that situation only seemed to bring you heartache. It's almost as if you had a whole new dream that you was going to set up on, and you just go, a couple of months down the line, I really shouldn't have done any of that. But I want to say, from the cards that I got here, yes, you should, because it was teaching you where to use your power and where not to use your power, and where to just stand back. Because when all said and done, it did lead you afterwards to a fairly fertile time, even if that took a little bit of time to get to. But that was only once you were able to leave what you'd set your heart on before. So I think there's an element of you're worried about setting your heart too much on something, because once you do that, you'd only have to leave. But it's not as if you didn't have good friends around you, and you were trying to juggle a lot of things all at the same time. So you need to be able to maybe focus just a little bit more. There's only so many plates that need spinning. You've got somebody who is supporting you at the moment. They can help some of the plates spin. And I feel that they are more than willing to help some of the plates spin. So let them. So where you've come into the recent time, yes, again, stuff that you've worked for before and thrown your heart into all crumbled, which led to a lot of anxiety, even though you could see a new way forward and wanted to create a new start. So you've just had another new start within this last year. And it worked out really well for you, if a little slower than what you was expecting. But you have known recently that it is time to act. And it's been time to act swiftly. And you have been worried that whether you're off balance or not. But no, you've snapped up the opportunity, and things had been going pretty well for you. Pretty well indeed. So that could be new relationship. That could also be new job. That could also be new passion. So, because I don't want to say hobby, but new way of living your life. Because, yeah, we have a Queen of Wands here that I feel is not you. Is somebody who has come into what you're doing at the moment. They're a professional. They are more than capable, but they also, I think they very much have their own vision, and they've led you astray very slightly. They have, maybe this is what the star was telling you, that, hang on a minute, I was aiming here and somehow I now seem to be going this way. How do I get back there? So if that's due to an influence of another person, you need to go back to your original path, even though I don't think there's any malice in what they did to knock you off the path. It's just they're such a strong personality that you ended up going, yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah, sure, we'll head that way. But part of that was illusion. Beware of moving too fast at the moment, even though that's pretty much what you have been doing. Coming into, right, again, you've been balancing your path with theirs. You've been balancing all the needs of the world and the inner needs. It's a fertile time there. Things are really, right, you've got 2 8 of Wands here. Things have been changing a lot for you recently, haven't they? Do bear in mind that you must listen to your intuition. If your path had deviated due to the influence of a more powerful personality, or a very strident personality anyway, then stick back to your original plan. But don't do it awkwardly. Don't do it angrily. It's just you had a natural drift towards this other person's path because they have such a gravity. But you need to just go, yep, I've learned what I need to there, or I'm learning what I need to there, but I need to steer the boat back to where I'm going. You have all of the resources that you need for this, even though this is quite interesting because we have towers and suns, and here a tower and a sun, all at the same time. Things are falling to bits around you, which could probably help make you feel insecure with that Eight of Swords. But these are good things. These are good things that are falling down around you. But where did I see that Devil card? Let's just see how this person was influencing you, because I always like to clarify the Devil when it comes up, because I have a great deck for that. So clarify the Devil card for me for, oh, okay. Three of Swords, something really hurt you recently, or they are reacting, the path that they're on is reacting to pain that they have experienced. And so they are advising you on the back of their own lessons that they have learned, but lessons that they've learned in pain. Now, this is sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing, but for you, it is stealing your treasure away. So you need to recognize what they've told you intellectually, rationally, but not necessarily incorporate it into how you are moving forward. Because luck's on your side at the moment, but strength is going to be required. There is challenges coming up that you've got more than enough ability to face, because victory is yours. Victory is coming, but there is some deception and lies that are around you, and that is separate to this strident personality. I won't say there's no connection between those cards whatsoever. But again, you are taking the form of the King of Wands and striving ahead. There's a lot of judgment, balance, discernment being options to exercise judgment, balance, and discernment coming up for you. Great. You need to video your life at the moment. It will make a great bit of soap opera going on, or reality show, just for all these choices that are coming to you, and how well you are sticking to your own path. Because if you take other people's paths on board as well, and other people's aims for you, you need to be going for what you want to do, not what someone else is strongly advising you to do. And bear in mind, what they're advising you to do is not that different from what you planned anyway, but stick to the original plan, because otherwise it will be a bit too much of a burden, and that burden will make you transform probably in a way that you're not entirely comfortable with. You just need to focus in on your own path, because you've got the skill to do it. And yeah, it looks like you do have to put up some defenses just to stick on there. But again, it's not from aggression, it's from natural erosion because of the power of the personalities that are around you. Because you're not really short of options around you at the moment, but not every option that is being put in front of you soon is going to be genuine. You need to continue to exercise your own power of when to move forward and when not to move forward, and remain grounded, which you will. You're not going to have a difficulty in remaining grounded. There will be a fertile time for you. Really, this ow, bit my tongue. This is going to work out for you, as long as you are sticking to that point of intuition, that point of wisdom, because that commitment that is around you isn't going away. It is staying for the duration. And I do feel that, again, your wisdom is suggesting that you stay with it. So if you're surrounded by a lot of options, because you've got one really strong person saying, I see what you want to do, but you've got to bear this, and this in mind and go this way. No, you haven't. Not at all. You have got a clear vision of what it is that you're wanting to do. You need to set your own barrow out. Yeah, there's a few details that you need to flesh out a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. That's why you're being called to plan right now. So, a future that you can grab or you can avoid. Two of Wands, that need of planning is not going to disappear. That reason of choices is not going to disappear, but motion will be coming to you. Just be aware that the family stuff and the historic stuff has its place, but its place is to be left for one side. Your intuition will still keep leading you. So we had the star card in that first bit. Star, 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 star here, star here. Keep following that star card. And again, the devil. So there's one thing that you have to... where have I put that deck? That I leave my little Lincoln Imp as a guardian for this deck. So clarify this devil in the future. What is it that you have to... Queen of Cups. Don't be a yes man. Simple as that. Avoid being too much of a people pleaser when you have that own vision of your own, vision of your own. But when you have that clear vision of, even though it needs fleshing out, it's like a colouring book. You've got the lines there. You've drawn the lines. You need to paint it in. But you've got that clear direction, and like a target, like Luke Skywalker going into the Death Star to blow that little bit up. The target that you're aiming for is getting smaller and narrower and more detailed, and smaller and narrower and more detailed as you're fleshing it out more and more. Just keep using your intuition, because there's always things around you that you will not be seeing, and that could cause you to lose things. There's stop it. I'm not paying the cat enough attention. Yeah, it will cause you to lose things. Right. There's something that you're not going to see, or there's something that you are at risk of not seeing. Where is it? Two of Swords. Something that you are at risk of not seeing if you carry on doing the people-pleasing aspect of what you're doing, which will result in loss and you being on your own and torturing yourself again. You will be more respected by sticking to the path that you pretty much already know. I know that you've got to sort some of the details out right now, but you are going to get pulled along by your intuition. The picture will get clearer and clearer and clearer. And that is what you have to listen to, not doing the people-pleasing business. So how you're feeling at the moment? You're not feeling it's anywhere near as simple as what I've just been saying. Is it? Yeah, you're feeling defensive. You're feeling like you've got to protect what it is that is around you, because nothing is being quite real enough. But you have a firm foundation to work with. You have the skills, but yeah, defensive, protect what's yours. So I can't quite see why you are being so defensive right now, unless it's this powerful personality basically doing a Harry Enfield, saying you don't want to do that, you want to do this. They have value with what they're saying, and they're not an enemy, but listen to what they say, file it away, and then ignore it. Do not let it dictate your actions. Just let it advise your data bank, so that if what they've experienced looks like it's coming around, you can take actions that they have shown have worked. If what they have experienced you do not see coming around, you don't have to listen to it because it's completely irrelevant. It's because other people are seeing that you are, even though things are changing fast for you, you are at a point of struggling, and somebody's worried that you're keeping secrets from them, that you're definitely going off on your own, but they are aware of the skills that you have, and they are aware that you are seeking your own power. Right, so this one, this magician is pretty much saying to me that someone around you, and it's quite possibly this partner, best friend, whatever, colleague, whatever, who's very, very close to you and committed to you, is aware that you are going through a little bit of a dark night of the soul, a little bit of, what do I do now? But you already have the glimmer of an answer. There is no two ways about it. You have, your intuition has already told you, look, that way. So I think that there is some resistance because of this other strong personality has been going, oh, you don't want to go that way, you don't want to go that way, you want to do this. And you've been, all right then. No, they're wrong. They really are wrong on this case. They're not wrong for their own case. They were highly skilled and they sorted out the situation that they had. But your situation is not the situation that they had. So you're worried that you're going to end up cutting things out, and that you're forever going to be waiting for the results of this to come around. But when it comes, it will be fast. Yeah, of course, there's some balance being required of you, but you're scared of making the decision. You're scared of the commitment. Don't. Follow your intuition. I don't know how much I can say this more. You already know the answer. Follow your intuition on this, because things will start moving fast when they come around, as we've had hinted in all of these other cards. Things will start moving fast. Yeah, there's balance, but you can make that balance appear like a graceful dance while you're keeping all those plates spinning. You've got more than enough ability to do that. So stop wussing out, stick to your plan, and you'll know the time to move forward, and you will know each stage, because this is, we had star card at the start, star card, star card, star card, and there was another one somewhere, and one over here. It will be spelt out for you. You will be spelling out your own path for you. To a great extent, this is something you decided to get on with before you came here, and your higher self is turning around and saying, right, step one is this. Once you've done step one, I'll tell you step two. But basically, over there is sort of where we're headed. Yeah, the magician. You're coming into your own power. There is no doubt about it. So let's have a look at those oracle cards again. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of the situation if you listen to other people and you're trying to people please, especially when there's a very forceful person trying to tell you all the ins and outs of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. No, you know what you should do and shouldn't do. What they did was right for them, but it's not going to be right for you. Just say yes to the intuition that you are receiving, so that you know where you are journeying to. Draw a boundary with that other person. Right, the hidden cards. Well, the not turned over cards. The Archangel Michael from the Angel Oracle. I stand for justice and truth. I live from my integrity. Yeah, justice and judgment were quite apparent in these cards. So there is something that you are waiting for a result of, or somebody is going to get a little bit of a comeuppance. I don't think it's that strong personality. I think that's something separate that's affected both of you. Growth, bone collector, embarking on an adventure, optimism. Right. Oh, okay, so the past has its place, and it has its place to have been listened to, but leave it there, as something said over here. You are embarking on an adventure. You have As long as you remain optimistic, you can expect miracles. That initial innocence, that feeling of, oh, yeah, that's where I should go, before that strong personality kicked in and started eroding at it, stick with that. It is leading you in the right way. When you feel that childhood joy of, that's how I'm doing the next step, that's the feeling to follow. That's the feeling to stick with. Yes, there is trickery around you, but that's only causing you to grow. The whole situation here is causing you to grow. We saw some lies, and I do want to say lies, and rather than misconceptions and untruths and misunderstandings, lies. There was definitely lies, not from the strong-willed person, although I think they could be a little bit emotionally jaded because of their own situation, but I don't think they're the one that's told you lies. But the people who have lied to you, they're going to get their comeuppance. The truth is going to be revealed on very many cards over here, and that truth is already starting to come out. So yeah, you stick with that. There will be quite a harvest for you. This new path is the right one for you to go on, as long as you do it right. It is like we finished with the Magician. We'll finish with Rhiannon from the Goddess Guidance Oracle. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So make sure, 1, they are your intentions, and 2, that they are clear. Because if you keep trapping yourself in the 8 of Wands stress that you're in at the moment, which is caused by trying to do what you want to do and please everybody else, you can't do all of that. You can't do all of that. You need to say, this is where I'm going. I accept the advice that you're giving me, but I don't think it applies right here, but I will file it away because it will be useful. And this is where I'm going. So the business that you're bringing onto my doorstep, I want no part of. And that's for other people that are around, because there's a couple of liars around you. Sack them off. Simple as that. Get rid. Right. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please subscribe down below. I know I'm new. I need the numbers. Other than that, and also if you subscribe, you get to see when I post new videos. So there's a plus. Other than that, good luck with this. Follow your intuition. You already know the direction that you're heading in. It will become clearer. Cheers.